Italian news magazine L'Espresso is reporting that Trump is setting his eyes on revealing the truth about aliens in our skies. Quote, Donald Trump's newest agenda is not just about tariffs. Behind the scenes in Washington, a much darker issue is brewing: UFOs. According to confidential sources, something very concrete is already underway. It's called Project Preserve Destin, and it's much more than a simple program to study so-called UAPs. Behind this evocative and disturbing name lies an institutional waltz that risks reshaping the balance between the Pentagon and the White House. According to rumors, the so-called Special Access Programs, which until now formally fell under the Department of Defense, will no longer be managed by the Pentagon. They will now report directly to the Oval Office. End quote. Nothing weird here that Trump is moving something to the Oval Office so he can have control over when we're looking at it at a time that a lot of people are looking at him because of the Jeffrey Epstein scandals. Probably not related. Anyways, Trump might possibly be intrigued by the possibility of, quote, using the UFO issue as a way to portray himself as the president finally telling Americans the truth, as he tells us the exact truth about his involvement with Jeffrey Epstein. Just kidding. He has told us nothing about his real involvement with Jeffrey Epstein. What could this all be cover for? Let's look at Truthout's recent reporting. Quote, amid ongoing scrutiny of President Donald Trump and his administration's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein child sex trafficking case, newly unearthed video shows Trump taking part as a judge in a beauty pageant that featured models as young as 14 years old. The video in question shows Trump as one of 10 judges in Elite Model Agency's 1991 Look of the Year competition. Within the video, young women and girls walk out in front of Trump and others in order to be judged on both their looks and their personality, according to the narrator of this video. End quote. On another note, Donald Trump has also released an unprecedented amount of files related to the MLK murder on July 21st, 2025. As reported by the Latin Times, quote, the Trump administration released over 230,000 pages of documents related to the assassination of civil rights icon Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., MLK Jr., in a move towards transparency that's only highlighted the continued secrecy surrounding the notorious Epstein files. End quote. So, we're having moves towards transparency while we're covering up Trump's involvement and Republicans' involvement in the Epstein files. This doesn't actually seem like the transparency that they're talking about. While this information was vital and needed to be released to the public, it does come at a strange time. So I ask, could it be that Donald Trump is releasing the MLK files and doing Project Preserve Destin as a way to draw attention away from his personal involvement with Jeffrey Epstein? Noided theorists answer with a resounding yes. Trump's long-standing involvement in the Epstein files are finally starting to get some attention. Also on July 21st, 2025, The Guardian reports that, quote, Maria Farmer accused Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell of sexual crimes in 1996 and identified Trump as worthy of attention all the way back then. The Guardian article continues, quote, Maria Farmer repeated that she had told the Times when she was re-interviewed by the FBI about Epstein in 2006. She raised Trump's name specifically because of an unsettling encounter with him late one night in 1995 in Epstein's offices, which she said She told law enforcement agents at the time and has since recounted publicly. In fact, Farmer told the Times that she has long wondered how law enforcement agencies handled her complaints in 1996 and 2006. End quote. Spoiler alert, they did not. And as of 2025, they're still trying to cover it up when Maria Farmer's accusations have reappeared. So I pose a question to you. Do you think that Donald Trump is covering something up by doing things like Project Preserve Destiny and releasing the MLK files? Try not to get too anointed out there, but stay vigilant.